So the question is talking about factorization. So factorize completely. So we have 7x to the power 2 minus 7. So we have 7x raised to the power 2 minus 7. So to factorize, it simply means you need to first of all find the common factor. So common factor is the factor that we're going to use to divide into both sides. So it's the common factor, or see anything that can go into both sides. So that common factor we're going to find, make sure that it is going into this and that. That's what we call common factor, and we actually put it outside the brackets and then you divide into both sides. So in this case, we have the coefficients and we have this number here. So make sure that you find something that is going to enter into this and that. So in this case, x is just here, x is not there. So meaning we can't think of x here to be the common factor because it is not found both sides. And then we have 7. So which number do we think can go into 7 and 7? And that is 7 itself. So 7 is our common factor. So we do open brackets there. So 7 into 7x squared. So meaning 7 is going, we are remaining with x raised to the power 2 minus then 7 into 7. That is 1. So we write 1. Okay, so now our end of our question is not here, but we need to look at how further it can be completely factorized. So now in this case you can see x raised to the power 2 minus 1. So just know that this is the difference of two squares. So we have x raised to the power 2 minus 1. So what you do is, since there is a minus here, the difference of two squares, there is always a minus. There is always a negative sign between the two difference of squares. If we had a positive sign here, meaning that is not the difference of two squares. So now in this case, since we have negative 1, so we're going to find the first of all square root of 1. So what is the square root of 1? Why finding the square root of 1? So that we square it as the x squared is. So we have 7 raised to the power. So we have x raised to the power 2 minus, what is the square root of 1? That is 1 itself, because 1 times 1. 1 multiplied by 1, it will give us 1. So 1 is, so if we say 1 raised to the power 2, that is simply meaning 1 by 2, that is 1. So this is the difference of two squares, and then from there just distribute, okay, this. So we have 7, then you do this. So 7 outside as a common factor, then the open bracket. So we have x. So here you need to open two brackets. Okay. So we have this x, just distribute this. So we have x there, we have plus, and then we have minus, then we have 1, we have 1. So why distributing, and why have I indicated rather the different signs there? It simply means if we multiply positive times negative, it will take us back to the negative there. So you should not put any other signs apart from a positive and negative. Never should you write negative, because if you write negative here, because negative multiplied by negative, that is positive. Hence, it will not take you back to the previous step there. So make sure that the two signs that you have actually written or put there, they are different. That is positive, negative, because we know that the positive multiplied by negative, it always gives us a negative. And then x multiplied by x, it will take us back to x squared. Then 1 by 1, we have 1. Okay, so that is simply mean 1 raised to the power 2. So this is the difference of two squares, and this is how we solve it. Okay.